Infosys, LTI Mindtree, HCL Tech, and a few other technology services companies have announced that they are delaying the salary hikes cycle, which typically means if Raj is supposed to receive his salary hike appraisal letter in December, now Raj would be receiving that letter in March. What does this mean? For Raj, he is essentially losing 3 months of his additional salary hike amount. And what is the impact of this particular decision by companies? There are two distinct impacts. Number one, from a company standpoint, their margins, their profitability would increase immediately. And what does that mean? If Raj was supposed to receive 12 lakhs from December itself, now Raj is receiving that 12 lakhs from March. So for Jan, Feb and March, or for those 2 to 3 months, company is paying Raj on a lower salary scale, and that additional 2 to 3 lakhs they will save because they are not paying the higher salary to Raj, and this immediately reduces their overall cost of the employees and their profit percentage will increase. And this is what companies are trying to accomplish through this exercise. This is an immediate short-term impact from a company standpoint. And there is a negative aspect as well, which companies are aware of, which is a few employees will say, hey, I deserve a hike in December itself, so I will leave this company immediately. So what companies do is, it's not totally that they are shifting the entire salary hikes to March or April. They will identify 10 to 20% of critical resources in every single project. The senior management, the management teams are assigned to identify who are those critical resources who are essential. If these guys leave, then they will lose the overall revenue, the project itself, and they will be given these hikes in December itself. So if you are a critical resource, then absolutely no problem. But if you are not a critical resource, then you are being impacted by these salary hike delays. However, there is also one other area where the salary hike delays would not impact you, which is if you are working in an emerging technology or an emerging sector. It could be sustainability, it could be electric vehicles, or it could be generative AI. A good friend of mine was applying to jobs in the last few months, and he mentioned me very clearly that, hey Pavan, initially I used to apply to product manager roles with 4 to 5 years of experience and I did not get any call. I made a small tweak to my resume, which is instead of saying product manager, I said AI product manager. Of course, he has some skills, and then he picked up a few courses, and add on top, he started to learn from the interviews itself, and eventually he cracked a good role. So if you are in either of these two buckets, you are absolutely okay. One, working in a sunshine sector, or you are one of those critical resources in the company. Before we move into the next section of the video, a quick shout out to our sponsors, Odin School. Odin School's generative AI course that they have launched in collaboration with E&ICT Academy, IIT Guwahati. It's a 6-month instructor-led course where you will be learning technologies and tools to build and deploy generative AI models. These are not just theoretical concepts, but you will actually be executing on 25 plus practical projects. Once you complete the course, you will get alumni status from E&ICT Academy, IIT Guwahati. And along with the alumni status, you will also get the course completion certificate. Not just that, you are also eligible for the 2-day immersive program at IIT Guwahati campus. The course is taught by the mentors from the academic world and also experts from the corporate world. Once you complete the 6-month program, you will be eligible to apply for the 500 plus hiring partners of Odin School, and the holistic placement support will continue for 2 years. You will also have a lot of mock interviews and behavioral interviews. The course fee is 1,20,000 plus GST. You have options to pay through an EMI, and scholarships are also available. A highly recommended program. So please go ahead and check out the program through the link in the description. Now coming back into the video, we identified that, hey, there is a clear impact. But why is this even happening in the first place? Multiple reasons, and one of the first reasons is geopolitics. Right now, the Middle Eastern region is unstable. Israel, Iran are directly in combat with each other. It might look like a regional conflict for you, but if you see, the G7 nations are backing Israel, and the other set of superpowers in the world are backing Iran. And if this escalates quickly, then there is a very high potential that this could lead to an all-out war. In that situation, all the corporates are very unsure about how the economy will be for the next few years. So wherever they need not spend, they are holding that money back. Discretionary spending has still not picked up. What does it mean? Only the essential items the clients are willing to spend money on. If something is not important from a technology standpoint, they are not picking up those projects. This is exactly what is happening. And the impact is directly on the IT technology services companies and the employees as well. We are unsure how quickly it resolves, but we all hope that this entire conflict will come to an end very quickly for the benefit and for the peace of everybody involved. And the second reason is also related to how the job market is also extremely dull at the moment. There are not too many jobs, and there is a saying out there that if you have a job, that itself is a huge bonus. And employers like Infosys, TCS, these guys are aware about this fact. And that is the reason they believe that even if we delay the salary hikes by a few months, people are not going to go out and get a job immediately. This confidence is pushing them to delay these salary hikes. A few years back, they can't do this because attrition rates would have been very high. But right now, the attrition rates in these companies is very low, 11 to 12%. If you look at 2022 and 2021, the attrition rates in these companies was 25 to 26%. So that is the other important reason. The third reason is companies are now going back into the market to hire a lot of freshers. After holding back themselves for almost a year, this is the first time that big technology services companies are going back into the fresher recruitment drives. And this gives them some flexibility around if a non-critical senior resource leaves, then they will be able to probably train the junior resource and get them up to speed. Because remember, in the first section of the video itself, I told they are taking care of those 10 to 20% of the people who are identified as critical resources in any given project. So all in all, there are two real good options in front of you. Either you go work or learn upskill in one of these emerging sunshine sectors. Artificial intelligence being one of the most direct ways for any technology employee. And the second one is you should be targeting to be in that top 10 to 20% or the critical resource category within the company. If none of these two, then there is a very high chance that this salary hike will impact you. Well, the salary hikes might be impacted, they might be delayed, but the inflation is still continue to go up and up and up, and we have to pay more EMIs and more rents. I hope you will be able to take a good call based on what you have learned and what you will be thinking through as well. See you again in the next one. Bye bye.